Let's start with your reading, Gemini. Today, we are going to look into your recent past, current energies, and near future. And then we will immediately clarify in order to find out more details about your messages. Now, let's begin right away with your reading. Okay. All right. The main energy for the reading today, the star. This is a very beautiful energy to have, especially as the main energy. And its main message is expect miracles, expect the unexpected. The star invites you to prepare for something you thought impossible to finally happen in your life. You might have tried this before and got rejected for some reason, or perhaps all the signs so far have made it clear that this is not going to happen. But life always finds a way to surprise you. And this right here looks like a very beautiful surprise. The stars are aligned, Gemini. Let's see what this is about. In the recent past, we have the Seven of Cups and the King of Swords. Whatever it is that you're thinking about, we see how in the past, this might have made you struggle a lot. The King of Swords is someone who can appear very, very cold, very distant, detached, and it's easy to understand why you thought that this was never going to happen. We see the level of confusion that this King of Swords brought to you. On the surface, this was not something that looked very promising, but what you didn't consider was what was actually happening underneath the surface, in the place where the real feelings are, the real intentions. In other words, something was hidden from you already back then, and we'll look into it as soon as we clarify. In the current energies, we have the Eight of Wands and the Ace of Swords. You are about to get closer to someone or closer to an outcome through honesty and transparency. There is some sort of breakthrough moment here. You seeing things for what they really are, able to immediately see things that have been hidden from you up to this point. And this can actually be very, very powerful. And it will lead to a new beginning with the ace. But be careful though. This Ace of Swords is a double-edged sword. This can be a great new beginning or a very complicated one. Not sure what this message is coming up, but we'll look into it. In the near future, we have the Queen of Wands and Judgment. I love this energy. I love this combination over here. This talks about you rising from the ashes, Gemini. You are given the opportunity to do something really big for yourself. With the star as the main energy, this really feels like something you have been hoping for, waiting for, and even planning for. And it's beautiful to see how it's finally going to shape up around you. Something is ending and something brand new, better, stronger. It's going to begin for you, no doubts. It doesn't come without challenges, I'll have to admit that, but we'll see what it is and what you should know about this when we clarify. So let's start. Let's start clarifying and let's begin with your recent past. Seven of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, and Temperance over here with the Knight of Swords. You know, the more I look into this past situation, the more I see how it actually disappointed you, even more than some of you admitted to themselves. The main reason being is that when this came into your life, You were not looking for it, you know? You were not planning or hoping for this to even happen. It came in, it felt great. It gave you this feeling of abundance, this feeling of happiness and stability as well. And then at that point, you started building expectations. You started making plans around it. And we see right here how it became part of your happiness, of your stability. And so right here, we see that this was great until it wasn't anymore, until it ended. You have wondered many times, why would something come in like this and then just end, disappear? What is the point of all of this? But hang in there, Gemini, because I can already tell that the answer to that question is actually hidden in the following messages, since we see clarity and we see that you're going to finally understand why this has happened in the first place. And so let's go there right away and let's clarify the current energies. Queen of Swords, of course. Ace of Swords again. Oh, and Death, Rebirth over here. Very important energy. And I immediately see what's going on here. Now, regardless of the future of this specific situation, in which we will look into, here we can clearly see why this came into your life in the first place. The most important thing about it that you should know is that this situation made you realize that overall you want more. It reminded you of something you have actually forgotten about throughout the years, something you have put aside and that at times you repressed. What I see is that at some point you got used to make the best of what you had. The relationships with people who could have treated you better and appreciated you more. But you know, it is what it is. Or maybe the job that could have made you feel more excited about what you do every single day. But you know, you have to pay the bill, so I'll take what I have. I see with the Queen of Swords that you have been detaching emotionally from the things around you and you don't even know. You started expecting less and just take life as it came without trying to change things anymore. Potentially because you've been burned or because you are tired of trying to make something happen and then it doesn't. But then this came around and it reminded you that there is more out there. It reminded you with this 10 of Pentacles that you can have it all and that you should aim higher and dream bigger. I know that so far things haven't evolved as you hoped, but that's not the point right now. This is about changing your narrative around this. As you know, on this channel, my main goal is to shed some light on how your perception of a situation and of the events will make or break your journey. Doesn't matter what the other people are doing, the people around you, the people in the situation. Now, it's not easy. I have to convince myself every day to apply that logic, but trust me when I say that it can be life-changing. Now, you might feel disappointed at what happened, and it's fine, but don't let it change you or change your general expectations. Go back to how this made you feel, that desire that you felt again and that you've forgotten about, but that now is as alive as ever. Use that energy and prepare for what's coming next, which we see right here. It's going to be beautiful. So let's get to it. Let's clarify the near future energy. Four of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, the Devil, and the Four of Wands again with the Eight of Wands. Listen, don't underestimate this moment in your life, Gemini, because it's actually going to take you very, very far. There is a lot of motion coming your way over here. I see you receiving some sort of communication, which will act as a confirmation for something, again, that you thought was not going to happen. This could be a message, a letter, an email, and I feel that you're holding it in your hand with just like this huge smile on your face. And the Queen of Cups is here to show us that you are finally connected to that emotional side of things once again. From the Queen of Swords to the Queen of Cups, beautiful transition. Now, one thing that I need to point out. There is good news, but also unexpected feelings with the devil. I see you very fearful here. I see that you're afraid of this rediscovery of hope. You're seeing things happening and it looks great, but deep down, you're afraid. You're afraid that this is just going to be another false start. Your heart feels happy. Your mind is excited. Four of Wands right here. You just have a reason to celebrate and it's beautiful. But you fear that eventually you're going to be disappointed once again. One thing that I want to tell you is don't forget the first message, the star. Believe in the impossible, expect the unexpected, because this time, this might just work out. Just think about the next step, one step at a time. No need to worry about what is going to happen a month or a year from now. The fact that now you're more careful and more attentive than perhaps you were when this first came around might actually be very good. It might be key for the success of this opportunity, but don't let it become a blocker. Otherwise, you might miss out on this completely. So Gemini, we'll still have a lot to look into. We talked about what is coming your way on a general level. Now let's get deep into this message to see what you should be expecting from it and how it's all bound to evolve this time around. There are moments in life when things just happen with ease. It doesn't always have to be a struggle. So don't disregard this just because it might feel too good to be true, just because it's coming in fast without the issues and obstacles that you have experienced before, okay? So let's keep going with the reading and let's try to find out more information about this overall situation and how it's going to evolve in the next few months. If you want to dive deeper into the messages, Gemini, just follow me in the extended reading link below in the description box. Also, don't forget that every single week, I randomly select viewers who have watched the extended video to offer them a 100% free, personal, live, 45-minute reading. I select people throughout the holidays as well, so make sure to check out your spam folder. I send out your spam folder, your email, and also your spam folder, because I send out confirmations every Monday morning, and sometimes the message is going to the spam folder and people respond after weeks, and it's going to be impossible for me to fit them in the schedule. So make sure to be prepared on Mondays. Now, stay tuned for the extended preview coming right up after this. Welcome back to your extended reading, Gemini. The bridging energy taking us from this current situation to the incoming events. The Four of Pentacles coming up once again. We have it here and we have it as the bridging energy as well. This to me represents a potential issue for you, Gemini. Something that we need to talk about, to discuss, and to look into before it's too late, before this Eight of Wands and this new energy comes into your life. I see you entering this situation with a huge wall around you. And the reason why I say it, it's because the Four of Pentacles talks about being very protective of yourself, going into a situation with a shield, trying to not reveal too much. Obviously, this could also be someone around you. We'll look into it. But so far, I have the tendency to think that this is you instead, given the context of this reading. Right here, we see that you're keeping one foot in the room and one foot out of the door. There is this fallback plan that you have, which you think it's helping you, but instead is holding you back from really seeing what this is about. I don't blame you. I do not blame you, given where you're coming from, and given how in the past this didn't really bring you stability at all. So right now you're trying to remain stable. You're protecting yourself. And also you're about to achieve a moment of emotional stability. And it's hard to take a gamble and trust someone, letting something in when we finally have reached that stability. But my fear here is that you're lying to yourself for some reason. So the reason just fell on the table. So we will look into it. Let's first of all see what this main potential issue might be, and then we will look into what exactly is coming your way and how all of this is bound to evolve. Let's clarify this Four of Pentacles. Okay, look at this. Three of Swords, Four of Swords, Five of Cups. Now, what we see here is actually very important, because although this is inside of you, you might not know about this. This feels like your blind spot. And once you see it, you'll be free to make a decision knowing the context and knowing exactly where you should go after this. First of all, what we see is that this incoming energy, which